y'all. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Patrice. Please look at the other content, and if you enjoy that content, I would love it if you chose to stick around. And for my returning subscribers, hey y'all, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a Tumbler video. So this company reached out to me, Lots of Style, and they wanted me to try one of their UV tumblers. And so they sent me this tumbler, and we are going to unbox it, see what it looks like, and we are going to be doing sublimation. So for those of you who may be unfamiliar with sublimation, we are going to infuse ink into this tumbler. This only works with sublimation ink and a substrate or an item that is specifically coated with a special coating for sublimation. All right, so we are going to measure this tumbler, and we are going to see how this tumbler subs. And it does look a little kind of sparkly. So let's get started with preparing this tumbler to be subbed so we can test it out. Let's get started. So we have our cup, and when I took it out, as you see, there are little shavings of something on it. So you want to make sure that you wipe it off. I usually use the alcohol wipes, but today I'm just going to use a paper towel with a little bit of alcohol to clean our tumbler off. Before I do that, I do want to measure it so that I can know exactly how to size my design. Oh, wrong side. So we are going to measure it, and I have it being about 8.1250, and so that's what I'm going to do, 8.1250, and I'm measuring it from the very top. I really don't want much overage, so I'm going to do it, and see, honestly right here, the end it's at 8, but I'm just going to go ahead and give it that extra just when I size it. So that's 8.1250, and around it is 9 and looks like 9 1/4. It's right there, but you know what I'm going to do? 9.3750 or 9.25, yeah, 3750. All right, so now I'm going to clean this off, and I'll let it dry while I print out the design. So before we head into Adobe Illustrator, I just wanted to show you all the image that I will be using today. I will personalize it a bit, but I purchased these sublimation tumbler bundles from off of designbundles.net, and I am just going to look through a few of these to see which ones I like. And as you see, these are very nice images. You can use these inside of your stores, your Etsy stores, or wherever you get the commercial license. You can personalize these images, but I don't see one there that I like. And this tumbler is going to be for my student teacher, and so maybe one of these cute pencil tumblers would be nice for her. I think I want to go with this one. So I am going to go ahead and download this tumbler or this image so that we can place it inside of Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so now we're inside of Adobe Illustrator, and we are going to get ready to design this quick Tumbler wrap. And so this is an 8.5 by 14 artboard. And to edit this, all I did was click edit artboard and I flipped this so that it is landscape. Okay, so it is now 14 by 8.5. So I want to go over here to our left panel where the shapes are and click onto that button and make a rectangle. So we measured our tumbler as being 9.375 in width and 8.125 in height. Okay, so I'm going to click OK, and here is our rectangle. And so what we are going to do next, I'm just going to select the rectangle and I'm going to head back over to the left panel and click the draw inside option. This will allow me to place our image directly inside of the square or the rectangle. So we are going to go to File and then we will go to Place and we are going to select the image that we downloaded. And it looks pretty good. Only thing is that I need to adjust the length a little bit because there's a small white gap and that looks great. So I am going to then type in her name is Rodriguez. Make that a little bit bigger. I'm also going to turn that white. I'm going to increase the stroke. And by doing that, it just kind of makes it bold. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to select both and I am going to center them. All right, and then I want to remove, I don't want to forget this, I want to remove the black outline around the image. And now this is all set. So now that we're done with our design, we are going to export this as a PNG file because we will be opening this up inside of Print Manager. Alright guys, so now we have Print Manager open and this is the Sawgrass print software. And we are going to simply print this out on our Sawgrass. Everything is the way that it should be. We are going to click stainless steel tumbler because that's what we will be using today, or that's what we will be subbing today. And so we're ready to print. All right guys, so our image is done printing and it looks really good. So we are going to go ahead and cut it out. When you're cutting, you want to remove even the smallest of the whitest strips can show. So you don't want that to show on your paper. Alright, so for the next part, we will be using heat tape. We will also be using shrink wrap, and we will be using our heat gun. Now you want to make sure that there is nothing left onto that paper, and we are going to wrap it. And so we just want to make sure that it fits, and it does look pretty good. There is a slight a little bit of overage, so we are going to kind of put it that way. And to make sure, you can kind of see right here that it's not lined up, so you just want to kind of just like flush it to make sure that it lines up exactly how you want it to line up. So right here I can kind of see it a little bit, and it is definitely looking pretty good to me. So if you stand it up like that, you will be able to get it to line up how you want it to. That's if you're concerned about lines. So these have lines that have to kind of meet, and that's why I want to make sure. So I usually start by taping the top and the bottom first. And as I'm doing that, I am pulling the paper as tightly as possible. And as y'all see, it's very little to no overlap. As I'm putting the tape down, I'm also pressing it because you don't want any air to seep in. So I am done taping this. Now, sometimes I will just tape it here and I'll put the shrink wrap on and go. And I think that's what we're gonna do. You can, if you need to, you can tape around the edges just to make sure that it's nice and secure to the top. I think maybe I'll tape at the top. So this tape, honestly, y'all, it's not taping. It's not sticking to that inside really well. The way that was taping, it's for some reason it's not really taping that well. All right, guys, so I'm done taping the top. I don't think I'm going to tape the bottom. I want you guys to see, because oftentimes I won't tape the top. I just tape it tightly, really nicely, and I don't usually have to worry about any ghosting at the top or bottom. So I want you all to see the difference. So I am going to place this inside of the shrink wrap. And then typically what I do is I actually hit the seam of the tumbler first with the heat gun. And so I'm just going to shrink wrap this onto the tumbler. For this, you really should have on a heat gun. For this, you really should have on some gloves. Alright, so now it's time for us to put this into the convection oven. Alright, so we're at our convection oven and we're using a Hamilton Beach XL rotisserie oven today. Our oven thermometer reached 380 degrees and we are ready to place our tumbler inside. We will be cooking this for 4.5 minutes. Alright guys, so I let this stay in for about 5 minutes and we are ready to take this out. And I am using my tongs to get it out. And you do want to make sure you have like the ones with the silicone ends, because y'all, I have scratched up plenty of tumblers with my other ones. Alright guys, so we are all done, and if you are handling your tumbler as soon as it comes out, you want to make sure you have on heat gloves. Alright, so we are just going to do a little bit. And I forgot to mention, I use Honestly Speaking sublimation paper to print onto today. Alright, so let's see if we can snap a piece of this tape. And pull it down. Almost had it all. And so we took the tape off the bottom. And let's see how this came out. All right, let's see what it looks like. And y'all, it looks so nice. Oh, I almost said, where's that seam at? You know, I like to see a seam. You can't see it with the naked eye, can you? As I turn it, I see it right here. Don't know if you guys can see it, but I see the seam right there. It's very, very thin. Almost lined up perfectly. And the only reason why I think I can see it is that it's not a perfect lineup, but I'm sure y'all can't see it that well. You see it right there? And then look as it goes down. As it goes down, y'all. And then we have that little break right there because I didn't line it up 100% the way that it should have been. But y'all, you can't really tell too bad. And I hope she likes it. Alright guys, so this tumbler is supposed to react or respond when it's in the sunlight or in contact with UV light, which is sunlight. So we are going to use our cute UV flashlight that we got from the Best Uni, and we are going to test it out. So I am just going to shine the light onto the tumbler. And I would take it outside, y'all, but it is now dark. So let's shine it onto this tumbler. And y'all, I don't know if you guys see that color, but that color does start to change. Look at it. It does change when in contact with UV light. And so it will turn back white once it's out of the UV light. Isn't that pretty cool? All right, y'all. So we are all done with testing out that tumbler, and I must say it came out pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. I love the way that it came out. It subbed beautifully, and the UV component is an extra bonus. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to test this out in the sun to see how it responds to the sunlight. So if you're interested in these tumblers, a link to Lots of Style will be listed below. Feel free to go and check it out and see what else they have. So thanks y'all for sticking around with me today and testing this tumbler out. I haven't done a tumbler test in a minute, and I absolutely enjoyed doing this one. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around. In addition, join us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. But that's it for today, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.